Hello, everybody. Did not know that Twitch drops were actually enabled today. I was looking at the Twitch category for ESO, and I was like, "There's 3,500 people watching the Twitch category for ESO." And then I was like, "There has to be drops enabled." And lo and behold, here it is, drops enabled. You can get yourself. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Uh, da, 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 da. You can get yourself a premium 50% XP scroll, woo, and an Ouroboros crown crate, which I'm pretty sure that's how you actually pronounce it, because everybody's always like, Jake, you don't say it correctly. And I'm always like, is saying it correctly required for your happiness? Do you need me to say it correctly for you to know what I'm talking about? How's it going, everybody? But yes, if you do watch on Twitch, you will get a 50% XP crown scroll and an Ouroboros crown crate. Is that how you actually pronounce it? Can somebody tell me if I'm saying that correctly? Because I don't know. Like, I don't know. I try my best. You guys know that me and pronunciations of words are kind of you know, we don't always see eye to eye on everything. Also, literally, as soon as I got this house here, they dropped this other banger one here, which I was very tempted by, but I didn't want to have to wait to get. I've always wanted this one because there's very few homes in the Elder Scrolls Online that you can actually decorate with the limited amount of furnishings that you can do. And I thought that that one was the best one. But this one actually seems pretty good as well because it's very small, but it's very like nice and open. I did not know that there's a boss named that. Is that true? Is that actually true? Hang on, I'm gonna look that up. I don't. It's not that I don't believe you. It's that now I'm curious. Is this one of those things where it's gonna be like a gotcha moment, or I'm not supposed to look this up? No, you are not wrong. It's spelled a little bit differently, but you pretty much you are on the money. You're pretty much right there with the pronunciations. That is crazy. Hang on, I want to put the actual spelling in chat once my thing pulls up because that is crazy. That is actually funny. Hang on, I'll spell it for you guys because my thing's taking forever. It's ANAL slash A space TU dash WHA. There is an event going on right meow. I might be able to log out and show you, or I could see if it'll pop up here in the thingamahoos. And also, if you're watching on YouTube and you switch over to Twitch, you'll get yourself some free rewards. Can I see the event? Do I have to log out? Sometimes I feel like the announcements are always a little cattywampus. Here it is. That's actually kind of cool. If you press it, it actually links it to the event section. That's actually really cool if they do that. So, Weld is having its little bonus event, so you have extra rewards for defeating bosses, including Dell, Public Dungeon, World Bosses, blah, blah, blah. Extra yield from picking up stuff off the ground, and extra rewards from Lucient Citadel. If you are looking for the tank set, this is a perfect time to get the tank set from Lucient Citadel. If you're trying to farm boxes, I'm going to actually kind of see where I think the best way to get boxes is from. I had a hypothesis. As to where the best place to get rewards boxes was, and we're going to see if that hypothesis was correct. Also, this is supposed to be 50% off, so I'm going to actually see if this is 50% off, because sometimes it isn't, and then I look like a goober, because I'm like, hey guys, this thing is like this, and you're like, no, it's not. And I'm like, oh, okay, well. Choose edition. Yeah, 50% off. You can get 50. Oh, is it just 50% off the one that has all of them? Or is there this one's 20% off. This one's 70% off. Okay. Isn't there more additions to Gold Road than just these two options? So if you get this one, which gives you all the previous chapters, that is ESO really 158.8 gigabytes. That is actually crazy. It's the only other version of this. Oh wait, choose editions. Hang on. Yeah, I think there's more editions. Other editions. Okay. That's this one. Gold Road. Or no, are these the only options? I feel like there are more options. Am I crazy? Weren't there more options than just these ones for Gold Road? But yeah, you can get all of the previous chapters 50% off with this one. This one gives you access to, so you get all the past chapters, collector's editions, and it gives you which ones, which freaking chapters do you get, goons? All right, hang on. I just want to know if this is a good value for money here, because I want to know if I should actually suggest. Okay, here it is. So you get Gold Road, obviously. You get the Gold Road edition. You get Necrom. You get the Necrom Deluxe edition. You get High Isle, the High Isle Rewards edition. You get Blackwood, that edition. Greymore, that edition. Elsewhere, Somerset, Morrowind. Okay. I mean, if you don't have ESO Plus, this is actually a really good one because it gives you access to Somerset, which is your jewelry crafting. It gives you access to Greymore, which will give you antiquities. It gives you access to Blackwood and High Isle, which gives you arguably the only zones that have good antiquities. Necrom, which will allow you to make an Arcanist character. Gold Road, which gives you access to scribing. So I mean, this is like a decent money for value. I don't think it deserves like oh my god, everyone run out here and go buy this, I don't think it deserves quite that, but I think overall it's pretty good. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, 50% off. I forgot we hit our sub goal. Shoot, should I do another goal? I don't even know what goals to do. I'm going to start making channel points and allow people to redeem channel points for puns that they can pick. Puns and dad jokes that they get to pick what they are. That's going to be what we use channel points for. Same with YouTube memberships, because notoriously I don't know what to do with YouTube memberships, because I mean, I've played with a lot of you guys obviously beforehand, and I continue to play with a lot of you guys, and there's no like secret channels that you get access to or anything, so I want to make sure that you guys get, something in return. So that'll be one of the offerings here soon, is that when we do our intro joke, a YouTube member or a channel sub will get access to picking something. But we're gonna see. This was my hypothesis for the best event location for rewards boxes without having to farm endless amounts of daily quests. But I'm curious to see how efficient this is. Where is Azander? Kind of crazy how many companions they've made. We're literally in a state where they don't even fit on the wheel anymore. Will the price go lower if I already have those chapters? I don't think so. I think Fallout 76 does something like that, but I don't believe the ESO does. Because Fallout 76, if you buy like their premium bundles or something, if you have certain items in the bundle, it's lower. But I don't think that it does that. So I don't think so, Joshua. You can buy just the Gold Road update as well, but it's only 20. Gold Road itself is only 20% off. All right, we did get a green furnishing plan, so I'm probably locked from getting more furniture, but I'm curious if this actually gives me like reward boxes, because my theory is that it will. I just don't know how fast, how many, like if it's actually worth it. I should do what the bots do and make it to where the A button doesn't make you jump anymore. I got a research portfolio. It's always nice. Maybe I should do the daily quest too. Sometimes I think if you don't have the daily quest, it doesn't always populate correctly for you actually getting reward boxes. We actually got one of the really good formulas. That's nice. The previous DLCs are in the Crown Store. Best way to get Westworld only and use ESO Plus to buy the DLCs a la carte. That's a good point. I don't disagree with that. All right, so we just got a really good furnishing plan. So we're going to actually just go do the quest just in case we need to do the quest to get access to it. Where is the quest? There's supposed to be a quest here? Um, isn't isn't there supposed to be a quest that you're supposed to do? And it's like should be in here and featured or in events. Am I dumb? Am I, is this supposed to be like? I mean, I guess we'll just walk there like losers. But I'm like, shouldn't? Is there supposed to be a thing? Is this not one that has like a quest that you do? I'm pretty sure it is. The Gold Road Deluxe Edition on sale for $25. Finally got it today. It's a good it's good value I think for Gold Road. Honestly, there are some DLCs that I think are better than others. Like some chapters, like for me, like Somerset is pretty essential because it gives you access to really important things like jewelry crafting. But some are not essential, like Vardenfell for the longest time was not essential. How's it going, Duncan? And that was actually your first message, Glitter. So welcome. And Graf says, "Is there a house?" I don't think they've added the house yet, but we're gonna do this daily quest. So this daily quest is the one that's like going to what? I'm guessing you just do Mirror incursions because everybody's doing those. Um, I don't know if you can. I don't think there's anything like that with event tickets yet. I don't think the house is there yet. Let's take a quick little detour though, because it's right here. Take a look. All right, so you can get the new treat. That's actually a really cool shoulder. It's also very rare to find it on. It's on your left arm. Yeah, it's on your left. I feel like most of them are on your right. It's a weird tangent. Don't judge me. That is some weird gloves. What in the world? That is a goofy helmet. No, but it looks like you can now get all the rest of the stuff for the mount, but it looks like there's nothing else yet. So just that. But I assume that if we go, I remember when they gave away the Somerset house and we were making baby tunes to go help the EU server people. Yeah, EU is a desolate wasteland sometimes. I think EU suffers from the everybody plays at vastly different time zone problem. So a lot of the EU people just come to the NA servers, which is slightly unfortunate for their player base. All right, so we're gonna do these real quick as well. This is the primary farm. The daily quests are right here for those of you who've never like done this zone. You're like right south of the Great Chapel of Julianos. And right in front of that entrance there, and then all you need to do is go kill a random world boss, complete a random delve, and then do a more incursion. All of which are relatively easy, especially because everybody and their mom's going to be out here doing this. We're actually still on our one button build. I now just realized that. What we're looking for are these little swords. So for those of you who don't know, if there's like swords going through a world event, that means that it's actively being completed. So those are the ones that you'll want to look for. You just want to make sure that you're not getting there too late. Well, Azender is still out. People just AFK here? Crazy. No, I didn't miss one of the dailies. One of the dailies says that you should talk to that person. And I don't really want to talk to them. We're actually still on our one button build, by the way. Look at the DPS output of this one button build. It's kind of crazy. It's actually pretty good. Our capped, no. So you can get them from other places too. You can get them from just normally killing world bosses. Didn't we just do that one? Where are you going? Did we do this one? So Mirror incursions are so weird. But no, you can get them from like world bosses. You can get them from delve bosses, public dungeon bosses, Lucian Citadel. You can also apparently get them from thieving, which is why I was trying to do the boxes there, and I thought that we might get a box, but we didn't get a box. We did get a rare furnishing plan, which is obviously nice, but I'm wondering if because it's not a stolen area, do you not get any reward boxes there? Kind of a theory that I'm thinking. What's the quickest way to level up an alt? Well, it depends. Do you have access to all the DLCs? Do you have access to somebody to farm with? What do you have access to? And that will kind of answer that question. And feel free to just put as much information in chat. Do you have a friend and do you have DLCs? Those are the two important questions. But I'm mostly solo. And are you leveling from 10 to 50 or are you leveling champion points? $10 to $50. 10 to 50 if you're leveling solo. Do you have decent gear on? And do you have a companion? Where? I'm at 28 and it feels like a grind, no decent gear. Yes to the companion. I would farm. I did not get partnered on Twitch yet. We've met the requirements. Now we just have to wait to see if we get rejected, which we might. The best thing we have going for us, though, is because we already have a YouTube channel. So Twitch will actually take that into consideration when it makes a determination on if it's going to partner you. So we've met the requirements. Now we just have to see if they're like going to take us in or not. But we get a lot of views on YouTube, like more than most people on Twitch. So hopefully, hopefully they sneak us in there. But if you're 28, I would say your best bet to level is probably Alakir Dolmens and doing your random daily dungeons and battlegrounds. If you don't want to do the battleground, that's understandable. I would at least do the daily dungeon. The Halloween event is going to have double XP, and during the double XP one, if you can find somebody that's willing to farm Black Rose Prison, you will be goated with the sauce, as the kids say. Like, you'll be home free. The best XP in the game generally requires 2 people. You can farm it solo. It's this prison right here. I could do it sometimes with my companion, which is why I asked if you had good gear. Because oftentimes I will just, right here. So oftentimes I'll just run this with a companion, and then I'll run 2 sets. I'll run Heartland Conqueror, and I'll run Twiceborn. Twiceborn is a really nice leveling set because it gives you access to 2 Munda Stones. And that doesn't sound, super intense, but the nice thing about using 2 Munda Stones as your 5-piece is that as you level up, your 5-piece doesn't get worse. What do you get as a Twitch partner? Well, if you go to TwitchCon, you get like a extra pair of sunglasses. You get a better money split is the main thing. That seems to be the main difference. So like right now, I think Twitch takes like 70% of everything. If you're a Twitch partner, I think they take 50%. It's really not a huge difference. I mean, realistically, YouTube is still better because we can make content, frequently whenever we want. We don't have to really stress about it as much. But it's one of those things where it's like for advertiser purposes, just to be like, I'm a Twitch partner, like it sounds like, oh, well, la-dee-da, it just sounds more like, formal. Saying you're a Twitch affiliate is kind of like just saying you have an account, It's like when do you guys see on Facebook how you can put like public figure like below your name? That's kind of what I assume people like Twitch affiliate means. It's like, what does that mean, public figure? You got like 1,000 Facebook friends. Like, what is that? Like, what does that do? And it'll be like not running ads on this page. And I'm like, what does any of that mean? By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, if you do switch to Twitch, you will get a free crown crate and an XP potion or XP scroll. And I've also turned ads as far down as possible on Twitch because Twitch ads are relentless and stupid. Twitch ads are honestly ridiculous. If you I think like base Twitch ads is like 5 minutes of ads, or it's either 3 or 5 minutes of ads every hour, which doesn't sound like a lot, but like that's kind of a lot because I could be like mid thing and then just boom, you guys are gone for like minutes. Like there's nobody I'm talking to. Main difference, easily the sunglasses, exactly. Especially when you're at my income level, it's probably the sunglasses. I mean, YouTube pays well, so like I'm not stressed about making money. I just more so want to just be like, I made your club, I did it. Some dude that pretty much only streams ESO, which is not even that popular of a game, has made Twitch partner. Yeehaw. Yeah, you can also do the main storyline. I would say when the Halloween event starts, right? The Halloween event is going to give you bonuses for doing world bosses, delves, world events, public dungeons, I think arenas as well. At that point, I want you to farm either Craglorn with a group, or I want you to go and farm Dolmens in Alakir Desert. That's another good option if you're trying to level. Or there's another world boss route that you can go do inside of Bankerai that's really good. That one's guarded by a thing. Is there any that are just out in the open? Sometimes I hate these pickup quests. They take forever. Jake is so cool. He wears sunglasses and I actually have a pair of pit vipers, but I don't know where they went. I used to pretend that I was cool and I would just put them on, but I don't even know where they are anymore. Actually, the main reason I would wear sunglasses is so that I could wear them during the day. And then I could just, my eyes would not show how disappointed I am in some of the people that I'm seeing. That would be the main reason to use sunglasses, so they can't see my eyes in disappointment. Jake has XP videos on YouTube. That's true. I'll probably do an updated YouTube XP video as well, just because I feel like more information now as to like best XP spots. But in theory, the best XP per hour, bar none, is probably Black Rose Prison. You want to farm the second round, and when the guy with the shield comes out, you're gonna want to let him kill you, and that's it. You just keep farming the second round of Black Rose Prison on repeat. A lot of people think it's round 4. It's not. It's round 2. I did the math poorly, but I did it. And people back up my math, which is good because there are people who are significantly better at math than I am that back up the science. I guess this is a sunglasses review. I don't have the sunglasses, unfortunately, but if I find the pit vipers, I can break them out sometime. And I thank you for the YouTube sub, Brandon. And we're at 71 concurrent viewers on Twitch, so thank you if you're watching on Twitch. I appreciate you. Unfortunately, I signed out on Twitch on my main. Oh my gosh, I gotta go all the way back around. I signed out on Twitch on my main phone, so now I can't watch myself on Twitch and be an extra viewer. So I can't pad my numbers by +1. It's really unfortunate. Also, you can't like your own videos as a YouTuber, which I find kind of crazy, in my opinion. Like, somebody's got to get the ball rolling, Like, I want to be able to like my own video. What can I climb? When they have the Witches Festival, do the public delve dungeons and world bosses near Daggerfall are super close to each other. I like the Bankerai one better. The best one is the one in Craglorn. Cut through this. Yeah, another really good option too during the Witches Festival is the dragons. The dragons are really good for ingredients. So there's the Witches Festival is very unique because there's like methods that are good for like a little bit of money and both. It's like there's like a scale where it's like this is the best thing to do for just straight experience. This is the best thing to do if you want a little bit of gold and then a lot of experience. This is the best thing to do if you want like half gold, half experience. This is the best thing to do if you want a lot of gold and then a little bit of experience. That's kind of how I'm gonna have to do the YouTube video. Is like where I'm like, this is like you gotta kind of imagine it on like a scale almost, because there's so many things that you can do during that event. Because it literally drops from like everywhere. But if you're trying to level up a toon, I would wait for that event to start, because your XP scrolls and stuff will all stack with the double XP of that event. But also, if we hit the I think it's what 33%, that will start a double XP event during this event. So if we hit the 33% blah blah goal, then you'll be able to get access to a double XP event and a double gold event, I believe, as well. Where is West Weld? All right, ready over here. And depending on the companion I have to do, Dell's public. Depending on which companion I do the Dell's public dungeons in the zone that make them happy. Yeah, that's a good point too. Some companions love doing random shit. Take Isabel, kill any world boss, and she'll be absolutely chuffed. I went to do a field visit today, chat, and I drove 55 minutes. 55 minutes to this person's house because they were ignoring me. And they were sitting on the other side of an open window, and I was sitting there ringing the doorbell about like 6 feet away from like the back of their head with the window open. And I'm like, are you gonna answer the door? They didn't even flinch. They're just sitting there watching a YouTube video on their phone. I was so annoyed. Thank you for the tier 1 sub, Data Architect. I hope that's correct, because I think we might be adding an extra A there. But thank you. I got Azander and Isabel left to get to 20. Need those passives. That's a good ones to level up. Yeah, I'm gonna do an updated XP video. We're also gonna be doing a what makes a 5-piece set good video, because I think there's a lot of confusion. Like, how many of you, was it a Jakeclips video? Which one? Which thing was what thing? A Jakeclips video. Sorry, you guys are like 20 seconds behind. You know me, I ramble on. I'm a rambler. I just go. Shoot, what was I saying? Oh, I'm gonna do an updated XP video, but I'm curious. You can type 1 if you agree, and type 2 if you disagree. So type 1 if you agree. Anytime a new set comes out, you know immediately if it's gonna be good or not. And then type 2 if you're like, I have no idea if this is good. Because I'm curious, like, what's the spectrum of people who actually know, like, so if you're 1, you're like, I can read a set and know if it's good. 2 is, no, I can't do that. And then I'm going to break it down even further for those of you who type 1, because I'm just curious as to, like, how many of a ratio we got here. So we started off with some 1s, now we're going to some 2s. 2. Thank you for the first time chatters, by the way, Violet and Anon and Warlock. I haven't played in 8 years, so just came back. So I know nothing. So 2, that's fair. 2, but it also depends on the class. It's a good point. 2, thank you for the first time comment, Husky. For those of you who typed 1 and 2, do you feel more confident reading, understanding if a set's good for PvP or PvE? You could type either PvP, PvE, or neither. Anymore, it's a 2. Hi, Jake, love your content. Well, thank you for the first time message, InWrench. And we are also up to 94 concurrent viewers on Twitch, so thank you, everybody. I don't even know why the good sets are good. It's a fair point. Just joined. What are we voting on? We're voting on if people feel confident in their ability to look at a set and know if it's good. So if I showed you guys a random set and went, is this good? And, held a gun to your head, would you feel confident in saying yes or no? Not even a, is this like a, 7 out of 10, an 8 out of 10, just is it good? So 1 is, you could think you could know that it's good, and then 2 is, I have no clue. 2 is I have no clue if it's good or not. 1 is I'm confident. PvE, I'm no good at PvE. Interesting. I feel like most people can read a PvP set a little bit easier than they can a PvE set. Is that true? Good versus good for me. Thank you for your first messages, Lost Sweet Roll and Status Stat Asta? I have no idea how you say that. I'm sorry. It sells. That's a good way to look at. You know, ironically, I always say this because when I first started making YouTube videos, I would say like, "Hey, if you guys want to make like money, sell this set." And people were like, "That set's not even good." And I'm like, "Did I say it was good? Like, did I ever say like this set is something that you should put on?" I didn't say you should wear it. I said you should sell it. You know, it's a big difference. And people were like, "Oh," and I was like, "Yeah, it's a like me saying you should sell something doesn't mean you should use it. You know, like how many people in the world? You know, you're not supposed to use your own supply. I have so many furnishings in my inventory that is, oh gosh, we're gonna have to like clear out my inventory. Hang on, this is not good. Hang on, we're gonna want the banker here. I was decorating a house and it all came back into my inventory. Oh my gosh, and how in the world is my inventory? How's my banker almost full? That's actually crazy. Oh. Alright, fellas, we're gonna have to go play placing furniture simulator to open up some slots. Yeah, exactly. Mother Sorrow was actually the set that I was selling, and people were like, "Jake, did you know that this set's like a B or C tier set?" And I'm like, "Okay, but did you know that people buy it, and that's actually the criteria for this video?" Like more than this is not a video on what you should be using. It's a video on what you should be selling. Love the dad jokes. Thank you, Rod. Thank you. We've also just passed 100 concurrent viewers on Twitch, so thank you guys for stopping out. We are on the rise, as the kids say. I think. I don't actually know what the kids say. Inventory management. That is so true. I think I agree that PvE is easier to build for, even though I'm trash at PvP, because with PvE is so variable. Like, do you want to move faster overland to farm nodes, or do you want to not die in a veteran dungeon? That's actually interesting, because I actually think the opposite. I think for PvE, a lot of it is, these are the best, this is the most damage that you can output mathematically, and then that's it. You know, this is the best mathematical damage that you can do. But for PvP, it's not quite that simple, because like you can hit hard, but you can also die. I didn't pick up the things. I forgot to pick up the things off the ground. I don't know why they always have this. Would I happen to have 2 ivory polished? I think I might. Is it just called ivory polish? I think I do, Rambo. Unless it was in some of the furnishings that I made recently. But if I do, is it just called that? Is it Ivory Brigade clasp? I only seem to have Ivory Brigade. Is it these? I don't have any Ivory anything else. By the way, this is also a common misconception. The surveys do not double drop your nodes. A lot of people still think that to this day. It does not work, unfortunately. Very sad to be the one to tell you that. Well, actually, I didn't tell you that. They told you that in zone chat. I just pointed out that somebody else told you. Sorry, Rambo. Is it frustrating to type? I actually have a keyboard, but my keyboard is so far away because when I'm streaming, my keyboard is like 5 feet that way, because I don't normally play here because it's hard for me to actually see the Xbox because the TV is like that away. So I mean, no, it can be frustrating if I'm like doing it while I'm streaming, but generally it's fine. What is frustrating is when you don't pick up your 3 random things off the ground. I don't even know why that's a part of the quest design. Oh, it's 1,000 gold to fast travel back. We're gonna walk like a loser. It comes from killing mammoths. Huh. And thank you, Rod, for the gifted subs. For the 2 gifted subs. Thank you. Thank you for stopping out. And the return of Super C says it is to the toe man. Oh, he's saying about regarding the typing. I mean, it can be. You know? If you plug a keyboard in, it will make your life significantly easier. A lot of people don't know that you can plug a keyboard into your Xbox and it will allow you to like type with your keyboard. And some of them, like some games, will actually allow you to then play mouse and keyboard on your Xbox, which is also very nice. Very convenient. Yeah, it's true. We don't have any keyboard warriors. You know, everybody's always like, "Oh, tell people to not teabag me." You know, it takes so long to type out. Like, imagine if I was like, "Please don't teabag me. Thank you." Like, that's just too much work, you know? That's why nobody gets banned on Xbox for teabagging. It's just too much work to type out the warning. Hey, we got our event tickets. Woo! And we got our daily reward coffer. Woo! Alright, we're gonna have to actually go play Inventory Management Simulator by going to this new house that I bought. Because unfortunately my house, we're well over our thing. We need some more inventory slots. Sorry to take a detour here, but I'm suffering. And this is the problem when you have a lot of houses and a lot of furniture, and you try to move your furniture. It could be a little painful. And by a little, I mean a lot. A lot of pain. Honestly, I use a controller key. That's true. Yeah, you can use the keypad. It's a good point. I think it's pronounced Heaven05. I saw someone teabag in Vault of Madness dungeon because he died on the first boss. You'd be surprised. Every time that I get killed in Cyrodiil, usually somebody will teabag me and then they'll send me a really nice message like, "Love the content." And I'm like, "Thanks." Actually, one of you I fought in Cyrodiil was watching the stream, and then they donated some subs after we fought each other. The ESO pay-to-win event is going on. Good thing I'm not interested in a feathered camel mount. I'll be honest, I don't like the mount. I do think it's cool, though, that if we get to the 33% community milestone, that everybody gets a double gold and double XP event. I think that's always a cool, nice touch when they do stuff like that. I don't know how I want to decorate this house, if I'm being honest. I think that's my biggest struggle, is like, I don't know what to put in here. I have so many other furniture pieces in my other houses, I just don't know like what I want to put in. Oh. Shouldn't have bought this house furnished either, because I'm always like, I'll buy the house furnished. I'll get myself extra furniture, but like this furniture is garbage. Like, who's gonna look at this in a housing contest and be like, "Ooh, incredible"? You know, like, look at that. Look at all that architecture. Ooh. Also, this thing is huge, by the way. I thought this was like a small little like thing that I had. This thing is massive. I think I might just use this as like an undaunted room. I think I just might throw a lot of the stuff here and then just sort it out later. Oh, I have so much cool clockwork stuff too. That's what I really wanted to use this home for. What's stupid big? One of the questions was does ZeniMax plan to like increase the amount of inventory space on characters? And they had said that they were testing additional inventory slots. Yeah, it's stupid big. I thought it was like a small little thing that you could put inside your house. How's it going, Fritzies? And they were saying it a lot of times when they increased the inventory space too much, that there was problems with the older consoles. So they're testing to see different things to do with like inventory management. Unfortunately, because as you can see, my inventory management is not the greatest. I might just put all the undaunted stuff in here for now, because I know I'm going to use it at some point in this room, you know? I was thinking I might make this like a Christmas themed house. That was actually my thing. Is it double drops? It should be. It should be double drops. Now there was I saw there was a problem earlier on Twitter where they said, "Hey, something's not calculating correctly," but I'm pretty sure that had to do somebody had a Miramore incursion in the background. So any problems I think is due to some sort of problem with Miramore incursions. Ahoy, how's it going, Bosco? Just throwing out stuff from the inventory right now because we were just too close to cap. Where is the banker? I'm just gonna place him and then start chucking stuff inside of him. Deposit. I feel like you should have far more inventory spaces available after all that. Ah! We're up to 135 concurrent viewers. So I didn't know that the house decorating simulator was it's gonna tickle the pickle of you guys in the way that it is. So this is my thought, by the way, since you're all here. This was my plan, is that I wanted to put a bunch of ice stuff out here, kind of make this look winter themed. But I didn't know how to put the ice, so this is all like a work in progress, obviously, because this ice looks a little goofy, and I actually don't know where I even got some of these furniture pieces from. Like I don't even know where the snow pile comes from. I don't think you even purchase it. Like where? Anyone know where the snow pile comes from? Do you buy it? Observatory, yeah, because there's like these boulders. We might get. Oh wait, it is something you can get. I don't know if you can. Can you craft this? Anyone know if you can craft the snow pile? And I might get some of these shrubs and things too, and these snow-covered trees and vines and stuff just to put out here. But I do have some of these bad boys to put out too. I'm just gonna make this like a Christmas-themed house, I think. Just chuck these all out now. This is not like a listed home, so we don't have to worry about it looking good yet. I like the azure blight trees inside of snow as well. Maybe that's just me, but like I feel like these trees actually look good in kind of the winter theme. And if you notice, it's like gently snowing as well, so I can actually make this nighttime, I think, as well. Because guess what? We've got the sacred hourglass. Well, boom. Oh, did I not? All right, let's set this to darkness time. Not midday. My goodness. Who wants their house to be all bright and sunny? Afternoon. Sunset. It's sunset? Midnight. There we go. This is what we want. This is a beautiful time period for a house. I just need to figure out how I'm going to decorate it with all the snow. And figure out, does anyone know where this snow comes from? Does anyone know like where you get these? I know you can buy it, obviously, from the thing. But like I even have these things, ice flow sticks. Does anyone know more snow stuff where I can acquire such things? And then we're just gonna throw down the rest of these things here. Got these ice sculptures. I'm just like, oh, it's ice themed, you know, we'll just throw these outside. I think I might do like a gigantic Christmas tree and then put these under it, but right now I'm just like throwing it out. My biggest goal is like I don't have enough decorations that are like, you know, BDSM themed for their Halloween contest. I think I might just skip to Christmas. You know how everybody does when Halloween is going on, how everybody switches to Christmas music. That'll be me. You know, that'll actually be me. Maybe I could like turn this alien tree into like a Christmas tree, like put like actual green on top of it and put presents below it. It'd be kind of cool because it's like very bright and it's got stuff sticking out of it, like ornaments kind of thing. Maybe I'll turn the alien tree into a Christmas tree. What's our inventory like? 197. Derek's typing 1. Derek, are you back when we were talking about the other stuff? I don't know why I'm saying that. If Derek is, he's not going to hear this for a while. Oh, I forgot we have these Undaunted trophies too. Oh, we got the oh, baby. We got the new life stuff. We got the Winter Ouroboros one. We have the I don't know why I have so many Christmas decorations. We have this random tusk thing. And you guys would not believe how many furniture pieces. I have like capped houses that just have random pieces that I have to go through. I have so many structures. I used to build all my houses pretty much from scrap, and it was costly, I guess is the word that I would use. My wife busts out the Christmas stuff on July 2nd because we're over halfway there. Not quite that early. I don't know what to do with this fossil. Where are you supposed to put this? Like realistically, I'm just gonna put it in the air. Thank you, Rod, for the 1,000 bits. You guys are crazy. I'm surprised there's as many of you people here. It's like 5 p.m. Usually this is like the worst time for me to stream because everybody's streaming. This is like prime competitive time. So thank you. Thank you, Rod. There's how many other cool kids streaming right now. Not to give you guys better options, but I'm like, there's a lot of people doing the subcategory. How many people are watching ESO right now? Only 2,400? It was way higher earlier. That's crazy. But if you sort by highest, we are the 6th one. We're 6th, and I will take it because we're behind people who are actually very good. So I cannot complain at all. Endgame housing quest. That seems to be really the thing that I'm at. Does anyone know where I could get more ice stuff? By the way, like any ice themed things. Anyone ideas? I'll do hard content if it means I can get more of those things. This alien wall, I'll probably use this too. Somewhere out here. Good advertisement. The I will give you other options. It's true. You probably shouldn't do that. If you're trying to become a Twitch partner, you probably shouldn't be like, oh, look at all these better options that you guys could go. What? It's a good point. It's a good point. I thank you guys for staying here, you know? But, you know, I recognize other people, you know, they're a little bit more refined, you know? We're a bit more reckless over here. We don't really have the same formulas that they do when it comes to content creation. For example, I'm sure most of them had their inventory not capped when they started streaming and then had to play inventory management for who knows how long. Need those sweet drops, exactly. Christmas decorations go up the day after Halloween until the day after Valentine's Day. The question is where can you get decent Christmas items inside of ESO? Does anybody know that? Does anybody know where you can find some good Christmas-esque themed items inside of the game? Because that is what we really need. I just need like snow, ice type things, you know? Like, what of these do we need? We need 5 of these? The ice and snow piles are in the housing editor only. That is crazy. Where are more furniture? I don't have any more furniture to put in. Oh, I do. Never mind. All right, we're down to 189 slots. I can live with this. That's actually ridiculous that it's in there only. Sorry I don't have any of those things, by the way, Rambo. Oh, I had something that was out of the crown bag. Alright. Are we supposed to get a golden one? There's our golden one. Okay. We got... I was very excited. I mean, Lucian's Sentinel Swords is like... It's alright. 20 platinum done. I just got very excited because I thought I got something else, but it was not that. And a lot of motifs, you know, a lot of quick sell stuffs. I mean, like, you know, can't complain about any of that stuff, you know. Oh, Westweld treasure maps. Okay, that's actually I wonder what those sell for right now. Does anybody know what those sell for? And we got evasion. I didn't have that one beforehand. And we got this bad boy. That actually looks, you know, honestly, that actually might be really good for our whole Christmas thing. I might actually use this. I wonder how valuable that is. I made it. Welcome, Cool Kez. Thank you for stopping out. Thank you for sending your first ever message. And thank you all for being here. We still got 122 hooligans on Twitch and then some others on YouTube. I'm going to go check to see how valuable it is. We are going to sell all this excess gobbledygook that's not going to sell. By the way, I love that they made it to where you can sell scripts for $999. That was one of the best things. How's it going? I'm Gross. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to all of you. A lot of you sending your first messages for the first time. Thank you for coming. I need to find a phone charger for my phone is the only awkward thing that I have to go do now because my phone's at 20%. My normal phone charger I took to the in-person event in San Diego last weekend, and I forgot that I left it in my car, so I might have to go grab my other charger here in a second. But I'm going to go grab that. It's like right, I have an extra charger. It's like 10 feet away. Be right back. 30 seconds. Don't worry, fellas. I found my charger. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No chaos time. We're back. Everybody just calm down. I'm afraid that my phone is gonna blow up now that I'm plugging it straight in while I'm streaming. Alright. We're back. Yeah, they should just give you 4 crown gems. That way that you don't get your hopes up, Jeremiah. That you're going to get anything better from your Twitch drop. I'm going to go price check some of these items here real quick. Yeah, it was so funny earlier. I went to do this field visit. And I'm like knocking on the door. There's 4 cars in the driveway. 4 cars. And I'm ringing the doorbell. I'm just like, bing bong, bing bong. And I look over, and there's like, you know how people have like a door, and then there's like space, and then there's like 2 windows. The first window is open, and I can hear a guy watching a YouTube video. And it's the guy, it's the dum-dum that I need to go see. He's right there with the window down. And I'm like, hey. And he just like kind of makes like a movement with his head. It doesn't turn around. And I like knock on the door again. And I'm like, what is this hooligan doing? So I drove 55 minutes to not even see a human being. And that was one way. I mean, granted, I get paid mileage. So I guess in theory, it's worth it. Because now I just go out again to see this idiot. But like, it's just dumb. Like, it's so stupid. Answer the door. I come to see you. I mean, there's an XP scroll I think that you can quick sell, and there's a mount that you can get. That's in a pet I think too that you can get in the crown gems. There's literally nobody selling this recipe. Is this new? I don't think this is new. It's not that new. Maybe we should sell it. Maybe I'll just list it up for like 250,000, and if it doesn't sell, we'll just bind it in 14 days. Sometimes that's my my hypothesis. Well, not my hypothesis. Sometimes that's what I do. A lot of people are like, how do you list items? And I'm always like, sometimes I just list it for how much I want it to be valuable. And then if it doesn't sell, then I just get it back. Well, not 2 mil. I don't want to pay the listing fee for 2 mil. How many of these things do we need to even get? My back hurts. Sometimes driving all day, I feel like gives me back pain. I need to drive like a comfier car, or like I needed to like upgrade to a mom van or like a soccer mom van. I feel like that would be more comfortable. We need to go complete whatever quest that was. The Cybertruck. It's a little out of my price range, even if I thought that'd be more comfortable. Okay. Do I have to get 5 of these? I do. Oh. Is it wrong to scam noobs for crown? It's opportunistic but disgusting. Well, I wouldn't scam anybody because it's a bannable offense. So I wouldn't do anything like that. Now, if you're talking about ripping somebody off, I wouldn't do that either. Did I get partner yet? It's in process. They're looking at my application. So that's why, you guys being here helps, because the concurrent viewership that they want for Twitch partners is 75. And right now we're at 129. So we are, as the people say, hunky dory when it comes to this. So we got one of these remnants killing a world boss. Do you just like kill world bosses for these freaking things? Should I just go like kill a random world boss? Killing things, harvesting nodes. Ugh. Harvesting nodes. We went to 140. We're doing housing, so now we can only drop. That's true. I've already showed you guys all the peak content that there is. Housing decorator. Twitch, this guy should be a partner. Thank you, Jakeclips. Listen, that's your first chat too. That is, that's the best first chat you could have ever had. I also keep forgetting that I'm not on my PvE build. So in my PvE build, my RB, as Ender leveled up, my RB is Daedric Curse, but here it's Streak. So I keep teleporting myself, which is not normally what I want to do. I'll give us a random shard. No shard. Mostly watch on YouTube. Well, thank you, Jakeclips. You should cycle through all characters to get to rewards tier 1 in Cyrodiil by repairing. Peak gameplay. I think if you're going to do that, you should probably do it on a weekend. Just because if you do it on a weekend, more damage is going to be done to the keeps. That's usually when I try to get my because I've got characters who are basically naked. Like, realistically. Like, they're butt-ass naked compared to, like, all my other characters. That's when I take them in. Get a nice weekend. Azander, you don't like me picking up mushrooms? My average viewers peak was 30. People never getting partner because my internet really isn't good to stream and I can't afford a capture card. That is the struggle. When I first started streaming, a lot of people guys don't know this. I was actually streaming through like a Xbox like itself, and that is very difficult to like actually do decently. So That was how we started out for the longest time, and it's a struggle. This is, if you remember too, if you watched me from a year plus ago, we made videos on my cell phone, which that's the real struggle bus right there. When you're making YouTube videos on a cell phone, that's the OG struggle bus. This does not seem like we're getting shards very efficiently at all. I mean, I'm hopeful. If we get one, I'll be happy. At some point, I need to upgrade because this is actually a 1080p capture card. I have to upgrade to a 4K one. I don't think so. I don't. You mean like degrading? What do you mean unprovoked? Like to just start degrading? I think they might if you don't have all the resources. Maybe something like that might happen. Maybe I'm crazy. Oh my good. What in the world? Just pick up the thing. Fellows, we are not finding. We got one from killing a world boss. I'm just gonna meander my way to the world boss. That's probably better than whatever this is. Save everything from boxes until after the event. How'd you do that? That seems like bad advice. How would you want to do that? Huh. That is kind of weird. I don't know if there's something that causes that. Give me your old capture card. Hey, you can actually get a $20 capture card at Walmart. I gave it to my brother because I bought it one time and I was like, this is not very good. Is it incursions? Is that why everybody and their mom is farming incursions right now? Might go try that. Because, like, I thought, oh, I'll just pick up resources, which I don't have my resource build on. So, like, there's a little extra time that has to go into picking them all up. Might try the world boss too, just to see if it's up. But if I do upgrade, I don't have a problem giving away this capture card. The only problem is I've never really sent a package before. Really, I've sent one thing in the mail once, and that was my title to my car when it got totaled. They sent me a thing to put it in. You tried the Walmart one, the $20 one? Was it not good? Cancer card. Oh God. Wait, was it just bad, or was it what was wrong with it? I gave it to my brother, and because I never used it, because I would find other ways to just put video on. Boss ain't even here. Like, what did it do? I think we're talking probably about the same one too. I don't know if there is a mechanic though where the walls degrade. I've seen some walls degrade, but I've always chalked that up to like people sneakily attacking. I've always just been like, was somebody trying to stealth sneak on through here? By the way, we're gonna get rid of Azanda. We're gonna break out Isabel, greatest companion. Hmm. Did you have access to all the resources? Like, did you have access to like the mine? Maybe you lost. Oh, the guy's respawning as we're leaving. All right. Oh, wait, we're still using our one button build. This build is absolutely cracked. Just keep pressing the X button, and we're just hitting crazy numbers. Oh no, there's mechanics. Oh no. I don't understand the mechanics either. Hey, when world bosses have mechanics, it's like, all right, do we need that? You know, like, do you guys remember the Murkmar world bosses? It hurts. I think if you don't have the mine, that might be what it is. Back by the way, we're back to 140 concurrent viewers, so thank you, fellas. I appreciate yous. Now, this is even better gameplay than the housing stuff, you know. Oh my god, can we just execute this guy? Do we have to keep doing all these goofy ass mechanics? These freaking goob mechanics. Oh, that actually kind of hurts. Ow. Execute him. Ignore all of the mechanics. By the way, best strategy in the game. Ignore all the mechanics and just do DPS. We got so much gobbledygook from this guy. Oh my god. No freaking sharp. 160 viewers. Shoot. Alright, maybe we do have to go do these freaking Mirror incursions. I think the guards might lose health too if if you lose the farm. Oh, today in a thieves trove where I don't have the patience to go loot thieves troves. Like, what am I, farming a lead? This is a beautiful scene, by the way. I really should get a 4K capture card. That way you guys can be like, wow, look at that. 4K, huh? That's how you guys talk in my mind. Sorry. Look at all the trees. Did we win? Is it not started yet? What's happening? Did we break it? Oh, it's coming down. Like, Mirror incursion. Hello. Look at all those debuffs. It's across the whole screen. That is actually interesting because what could be a funny mechanic then is if you don't what could be a funny mechanic is if you don't have the mine, you could just infinitely repair your walls on alt characters. Mouse and keyboard is superior. That is all. No, I mean, I like a controller for PvP. I can't imagine trying to PvP with a freaking, using the arrow keys. Like, how do you PvP with arrow keys? Like for an MMO, like for a first-person shooter, sure, but like arrow keys for ESO, cringe. Let me walk with the W key. If it makes you feel better, I don't like my own voice either. So I don't attribute my voice as being good. Who uses arrow keys? I don't know. Who uses a keyboard? Did any of you guys even play on PC? I thought we were all console players here. Alright. Give me a freaking thing. Alright, we got a remnant. I was about to lose my mind. If we didn't get one, I was going to lose my mind. Alright, we got 2 PC players in a row. That's not good. Type 1 if you play on PC. Type 2 if you play on anything better. Like a Mac, Xbox, literally anything else. Something better. How many PC players are actually here? If you guys play on like a Windows smart fridge, Switch, DS Lite, Game Boy Color, PC and Stream Deck. There you go. What are some other random? A Sega Genesis. I'm over 2. Amazon Echo. Yeah, the Amazon Echo. I have to actually speak all my commands where I say, "Hey Siri, go attack that guy." Oh, Siri actually was responding. On a potato. That is true. You know, I think PC is just such a unique ESO experience. You know, I put on a toaster. Sadly, the fans get a little hot when I'm trying to collect that bread. I play also on the Atari 2060 or 2600. 2600. I don't know why my brain screwed up those numbers so much. No, please don't listen to me. Wonder if I could play on my Atari. You probably could. Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna get me killed over here. Reading all the chat. Game Pass Ultimus but can't use voice chat. Huh. You're FBI agent. You guys are wasting his comms by playing ESO on there. I play ESO on an Etch-a-Sketch. It's also what I play Skyrim on, the Etch-a-Sketch version of it. Whenever you want to restart, you just shake it, and then you get to do a new playthrough. R.I.P. the Atari. Taken too soon. This is an interesting question. Can you sell these things? So, like, this random quest item you can get, can we sell these? Because I remember during one, I think it's the New Life Festival, there's like a really annoying thing that you have to get, and you can sell it to other players. I wonder if you can sell these freaking shards, and then you might be able to sell them for like 10k each. Is that a real thing? I thought you guys were making that up. Is there actually a new one coming out? I thought you guys were just being funny. Is that a real thing? Like you're not just messing with me? Oh my gosh, it's actually real. Huh. They just announced it. Huh. You know, there's been so much like weird gaming news that I've just been completely like I've missed it all. You've got Ubisoft that's like imploding right now. All they're getting all this bad publicity, accused of using bots, you know, to pretend that their stuff's good. You got Star Wars Outlaw, which you know is, you know, as it, exactly what you would expect a Ubisoft game to produce. You know, so there's been so much the Assassin's Creed controversy. There's just been so much like hoopla, you know, in the news sphere. You know, I missed out on the Atari news. Hasn't there been some other weird gaming news? Oh, there was the CEO comments from Saber Interactive. People were dogpiling them. IGN was getting dogpiled for giving everybody and their mom a 7 out of 10. I try to keep up with the news just so that way I'm not like illiterate. So if you guys are like, Jake, what do you think about blah blah? You know, I'm not like, what's that? I want to play the new Warhammer. The new Warhammer is really good, in my opinion. Very good story. If you don't play it, just watch watch a all cinematics version of it. Warhammer reminds me of like God of War, where it's like if you can't play it, you should watch an all cinematics playthrough of it, or maybe like just a full playthrough regardless. I've missed I missed so much of the news. Yeah, yeah. Don't spoil it. But I'm saying like if you find yourself where you're like you know I really don't have enough time to play it, definitely watch a playthrough because the story is that good. Like I'm not even being facetious. If I had to rate Warhammer on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it an 8.5. 8.5. But here's the thing: is they're gonna continually add free content. I mean, if they add enough content, I think easily it rises to a 9 something easily. Where is this person in Westweld? You mean like me? What person? I'd like to play GTA 6 already. Like, haven't you milked GTA 5 enough already? I think the problem with like GTA 6 is that here's my theory, right, for GTA 6. This is a conspiracy theory, right? Oh, the person for the event is right here. This is my conspiracy theory is that once GTA 6 comes out, the cash cow that is GTA 5 will dry up. And if GTA 6 isn't good, then you have no new cash cow because everybody hates it. Think about how much money GTA 5 currently makes right now. If you lost all of that money or you significantly reduced the amount of income that you were getting from there, you are risking a lot, you know? You should play the Elder Scrolls Traveler or Travels. Thought you could buy tickets, a piece of the house, the companion. I think that comes out the next. This one you can get the amount. I think it's this amount right here. This is the one that you can get. This, you can now finish and get this amount, right? I think. Yeah, it's this one. And Elder Scrolls 6 I think is a little bit different. The hardest thing for Elder Scrolls 6, this is a hot take because I saw an article that I didn't like very much. That was like somebody said something like Elder Scrolls 6 is going to let some people down regardless of what we do, and then people were like, "Oh my god, this is their way of saying the game's not going to be good." It's like, no. Skyrim and Oblivion and Morrowind literally set the standard for what is a good single player RPG. Like, realistically, whether or not you still think that they hold up in 2024 is up to you, but like at the time they were probably some of the greatest games ever made, all three of them. Do you know how hard that is to replicate for a fourth time in a row? Like, even just the drop off from like Fallout New Vegas to Fallout 4, you know? And Fallout 4 arguably had good mechanics, a good storyline. It added something new with the development system. And I feel like even then, it wasn't enough. I mean, a lot of people still loved it, but it wasn't a 10 out of 10, you know? It's probably like a 7 or an 8, depending on your love of Fallout. But like, a lot of people said, this plays it too safe. But how do you not play it safe? You know, like, what mechanic, if anybody has any ideas, put them in the chat. Like, what mechanic from an RPG is going to be the newest, like, you know, like, what's going to be the new thing? It's not, well, yeah, it's probably, there's probably still, like, you know, in like early development. So any ideas you guys type out, you know, they could probably take them and put them in their notepad. But that's the problem, is that, like, I even think, like, what would make the newest RPG game a 10 out of 10? Because I played a lot of really good RPGs recently, but I think the only RPG that I played recently that I would give anywhere close to a 10 out of 10 is Rogue Trader. AI chat. Oh, God. Rogue Trader is unironically a very good game that has been highly pushed down because I think Baldur's Gate over kind of, you know, Baldur's Gate was just so good. It was released around the same time, and then it kind of, you know, kind of fell under the radar. Baldur's Gate is obviously a really good game too. So maybe, but like, Baldur's Gate to me came in with low expectations and then completely surpassed them. The expectations for Elder Scrolls 6 are basically Elder Scrolls Morrowind, banger. Literally one of the best RPGs of its time. Probably the best RPG of its time. Oblivion, the best RPG of its time. Completely changed the game. Was one of the best and first RPGs ever made. Skyrim, same thing, you know. Baldur's Gate is goated, but how many people knew about Baldur's Gate from Baldur's Gate 2? Not very many people. Baldur's Gate completely surpassed everybody's expectations. And there's a lot of truth to, if you go into something with like moderate expectations and you're blown away, let's say you expect a 5 and you get a 9, you're probably going to have more favorable memories of that thing than if you came in and got a 10 but you were expecting a 9. So like, if I expect a 9 out of 10 experience and I get a 10 out of 10 experience, it's like, yeah, this is, you know, what I thought what would happen. Pretty much, you know, slightly, you know, better than I thought. But if you go in with like 5 or 6 expectations and you get a 9 out of 10, you're probably going to be like, that game was incredible, because you're going to subconsciously think, you know, wow, this really surpassed what I thought it could do. And that's my fear for Elder Scrolls 6. And I played like the Outer Worlds, the one that Obsidian made, that RPG experience. And my fear is that Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be like Outer Worlds, where it's just a generically good RPG. Because I'm sure have any of you guys played Outer Worlds? Any Outer Worldsers here? It is Outer Worlds, right? The one that Obsidian had made. Yeah, we need everybody. That's probably why they're coming out and being like, "Don't get your expectations high." I think that to me, what would make the Elder Scrolls 6 a 10 out of 10 game is if they took the settlement system and they made like a kingdom building system, and then they took like banner lords, like 100v100 plus like NPC fights, and then they somehow incorporated that into the RPG. Well, see, here's the thing though, is Heaven. I don't think you have to be scared, because the worst game that Bethesda has made, because arguably every Doom series has been incredible, every Fallout series has been incredible, every literally every Oblivion, Skyrim, Morrowind have all been icons of their time period. I think at worst it's going to be a 7 out of 10 experience. Like realistically, the worst that Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be is probably a 7 out of 10. And that will arguably be better than most RPGs that I played recently. I would say 7 out of 10 puts it on par with like Starfield, where Starfield had a lot of really cool mechanical ideas that it didn't enact on enough. I wouldn't say, I mean, it depends on what you want. I think Starfield does a lot of things well, but it also does a lot of things that are underbaked. The new game plus mechanic inside of Starfield, I thought was one of the smartest decisions that you could have ever made from a RPG standpoint. I mean, how many games allow you to take an existing RPG character and reset the world and potentially reset it in a way where things are slightly different? And I think that they just needed to push that even more. Because for those of you who don't know, and this is minor spoilers, so just ignore the next like 20 seconds if you don't want to hear this. When you complete the game, there's an event active, Kev. You can literally go in and take your character into a new world, and sometimes there's anomalies where things are slightly different. There's so many like cool little tweaks and changes around that concept, but they didn't push it enough. And that's where I think that they needed to kind of really push the envelope of like, well, this world that like you're accustomed to, all the quests that you did, now they're going to be much different. So it's not just, hey, go and pick different options. It's, hey, there's going to be a lot of different outcomes. Bethesda stepped into the ring with some heavy hitters when they made Starfield. No Man's Sky did it better. I will say, though, No Man's Sky did it better, but it took 5 extra years for it to do better. Let's not forget that No Man's Sky came out a long time ago. When did No Man's Sky come out? Hang on, now I'm curious. No Man's Sky came out in 2016. Now, this is going to surprise a lot of you, but 2016 was 8 years ago. Wait, is that right? Yeah, 2016. That is so scary to think. 2016 was 8 years ago. No Man's Sky had 8 years to make itself actually a decent game. Now, to be fair, No Man's Sky has been decent for, more than 8 years. I'm also sorry for those of you who now realized how much time has passed since 2016. Yeah. And Elder Scrolls Online has been out for 10 years. And Elder Scrolls Online for a while, too, was trying to figure out its identity. I love ESO, but I can't stand ESO going away from group content. I don't think it's going away from group content per se. I think it's just changing itself, if that makes sense. What does this look like? Oh, it's a big ass crystal. A big old crystal. Where's the gabagoo things? Where are those? Where are those stupid shards? I only have 3 of these? I thought I had 5 of these. Oh. I would say though that is why they added the armory system, was so that you guys, if you were a tank, you could also be a DPS. So if you are a tank, I unironically think that you should use the armory system to make a DPS version of yourself. Because here's the thing, right? What kills MMOs is no new players. And ESO, I think, has recognized this more than any MMO to ever exist. And World of Warcraft is starting to pivot this way as well. If you've seen a lot of their new ads, and I've never even played World of Warcraft, so I'm not their target audience. I keep getting ads on Snapchat, Facebook, that's like, you can now solo delves inside World of Warcraft, and blah, blah, blah. It's because they recognize we need more new solo players. Solo players keep MMOs alive. That's my unironic take. It's good to see you, Dots, there as well. So from that perspective, I think that ESO has recognized that more than everybody else. The other thing that ESO recognized more than everybody else is that they should get rid of leveled enemies. Like, so when Weld do you guys remember the time when Orsinium came out a long time ago? You literally couldn't go there unless you had a maxed out character, because back then enemies had levels. So if you didn't have a maxed out character and you went to Orsinium, you would just get clapped. And that's not a fun experience for anybody. So when they made the pivot to nominalizing everybody's level, abilities, and blah blah, like everybody's gonna be, like this uniform level to where as long as they're wearing gear that's around their level, they're gonna be able to deal decent damage. That was, I think, one of the greatest updates for an MMO to do. Just because it set the trend of like, if you want to be a new player, you actually have a reason to buy the newest DLC and then go there with your friends. Because as somebody who goaded a lot of their friends into playing ESO from games that were significantly worse, imagine if I had to tell them, hey, before we can play together, I just need you to grind for like, 30 hours. Like, can you grind for like 30 hours before we could play together? Initially, I thought I'd hate auto-scaling enemies, but I came to appreciate it, especially on leveling alt. See, that's the thing, too, is it's like, if you want to do, like, new storylines, like, when I used to level new characters, I would take them and make them do the main storyline of areas that I'd never been before, and that was, like, a really cool way to, like, get them skill points, level them up. You can't do that in other games, Like, some games will give you, like, a leveling token, but I actually dislike leveling tokens. I don't even know if the Elder Scrolls Online community would like a token that would get you to max level. I feel like a lot of people would hate it, and then there would be like pay to win allegations. If they did add one, imagine if you could buy like a level 50 token. People would probably be rioting in the streets. And World of Warcraft did it, and people kind of just like accepted it, for what it was. But I don't think it would go over well in the ESO community. I think that's the thing though, is that you need you really do need a DPS character realistically. What did Final Fantasy 14 do? Did it do scaling, or did it do leveling tokens? It would be nice if they implemented a hard mode experience in zones. However, I can feel lackluster killing the final boss in a DLC and they roll over. This is my thought. This is my thought, right? And I plan to make this a dedicated video for the devs. You guys can let me know what you think. You take an intentional debuff, right? So you basically turn on hard mode for overland content. It halves all of your resources. So you have half the health, half the stamina, half the weapon damage, half the magicka. You keep the companion. You can keep everything else. It turns your whole UI off, except for the UI that you see in Skyrim. So, like, when you're low health, your health bar will pop up. If you're low magicka, your magicka bar will pop up. And you can see quest markers only through the world map, like compass bar at the top. And that's it. And then your reward is double XP, double gold drop and then double item drops from overland content. That's my. I mean, maybe you make the rewards even better than that. But like, I think if you added like a hard mode for overland content, I think that'd be cool. My other thought too is maybe make it you're forced to play in first person. That way, you literally have to see stuff like this. Imagine playing ESO with none of this like clunky UI. You know, like it's just giving you all this like feedback loops and stuff all the time. I feel like it would just be more like a crisp experience. You know, and the developers have notoriously not wanted to do like a hard mode overland because they don't want to split the instance between like new players and old players because they don't want new players, never able to kill a world boss because they're like, nobody's ever killing the world boss. Because like realistically, like right now, the best thing to get this stuff is to, kill all these Mirror incursions, right? And so like they don't want new players to not be able to experience that. But imagine a world, right? Where you have to play it. And I might actually do this here just to simulate what it would look like, where I turn off all the UI, just that way you guys can get an idea as to like what it would look like. It's not about, well, it would make it harder because your resources would be halved. Like that's the key is like your resources are halved. Everything is halved. It's not just about playing like hardcore ESO where you can only play like, zoomed in. I might do that here. Let's do that. Let's show you guys like what this would look like. I don't think anything here needs to be changed. All this is good. Yeah, I don't know. And to be fair too, I don't know if half is like enough. Like that we might even have to do more. That might be too much too. Like I don't want to promise that like, that's like the perfect. I prefer gamer tag. Quest tracker off. Quest tracker. Compass off. Companion compass off. Weapon indicator off. Off. Actually, we'll leave quick chat on. Nameplates. We'll just turn nameplates off too. Health bars off. We can leave that on because that's only PvP. Group members, target modifiers. That's everything. Yeah, this is what ESO would look like. Wait, why is our resource bar still here? Hang on. Why is our resource bar still here? Oh, don't show. Off. Don't show. Resource numbers off. All right. This is what ESO would look like if you had none of the stuff up. I left the chat on. Welcome for the first time chat, Lazon. Lazon's 4. But imagine this, right? You playing ESO like this. Doesn't this just feel more like Skyrim-esque already? Like, we'll actually go do a Mirror Incursion. You guys could just feel the difference. But even like looking at other players like look different, should do first person streams. That would be something. I actually unironically don't think that Skyrim would be a good multiplayer game. That's a hot take, I know. But like this is how ESO would look. Doesn't this just look much more cinematic? Like look at this. Although there's nothing for us to hit right now because everything is respawning. But like look at this. Doesn't this almost feel like you're like almost watching a trailer for ESO? And you're only seeing this at 1080p. I'm actually seeing this at 4K. It actually looks significantly better, which probably says that I need to upgrade my my thing. I mean, look at this. Oh, that's a streak. I'm forgetting where my abilities are on my bar. It's the only downside to this. We're gonna have to figure out how to get rid of the other things too. Look at this. I mean, just doesn't this just look like a crisp like ESO experience? You know, like, I mean, what do you guys think about a mode like this? Imagine this like where you do like solo content. Because like my thought is, if you're gonna do content like this is almost like a hard mode for questing. I mean, yeah, you wouldn't want to do this for PvP. I don't think anybody would do. I don't even think they should give you the option to do it for PvP. Like realistically, that probably would just cause problems in and of itself. But like, tell me this doesn't look. I feel like you're almost looking at a trailer. You know, like this is how ESO looks when they're like recording trailers and stuff. And I really hate that the best quality I could give you is 1080p. All right, I know that trials would be impossible, but hear me out. The whole point of this is that you would do this for overland content. Like this would be an overland content thing. That's the key. Yeah, they could double the AP. To be fair, like you could easily play like this. But what you would probably play like a ranged build. This just feels so like feels like it just feels crisp, you know? Like it feels good to play like this. I can't fully explain it, I guess, but like it just feels like a nice experience where you're just like, this is how ESO looks. Like sometimes I feel like you get lost in all like MMOs, like you just feel like you get lost in the numbers, right? It just also feels weird playing like this because people probably looking at people who don't know what we're talking about or just joining us are like, does Jake have no UI at all? But it's like it's just because it looks good. Like this looks good. And I mean, like, you can only make overland content so difficult, but I think, you know, if you did overland content like this, is this where the boss is? You guys notice too, I don't even have the auto lock on. So when I'm fighting enemies, I don't even get the little border around them. It's actually cool that Final Fantasy 14 does that. But you guys see too, it's like the combat almost feels different too, because you could see like there's no easy lock-on mechanics that my character has access to. So just doing this stuff feels a little different in and of itself as well. So this is my solution to make overland content harder, because I think ESO has such cool like DLC quests that I think that they need to make them essentially just more difficult, right? And this is my solution, you know, just make it to where you can make it to where you have to play essentially in like hardcore mode, and then get rid of your resources. That would be my solution. We got another one of those trees. There we go. But like, look at this. Like, look at this fight right here. Like, look at this in first person. That's another interesting concept too. I mean, I don't think you have to make it quite like that, because you could always just like make everybody just like 75% weaker, 50% weaker. You know, like that would be my solution. Zombie. I certainly see what you're saying, because you don't want people to like max build. But yeah, I think this would be a good solution. And just look how like cool this looks. This just reminds me more of like that Skyrim kind of like gameplay, like where I have to actually like target people and things. Like you can see too, like it's actually there's no like, you know, like a little when you normally target something, there's like a ring around them. I don't even have that on. I turned that off. Like this is ESO in almost like it's trailer form when they're like recording trailers on PTS, you know, and they're trying to record something cool. Gotta do this. Hunger and thirst meter and no fast travel. I don't think there's a problem with limiting builds per se, because at the end of the day, too, you're doing it in a way where it's only affecting like the high end players. Um, that's a decent companion piece, I guess. But the flip side of that too is like you also want people to actually do this content. So like, how do you do this in a way where it's worthwhile? Like, so chat. Let's say you're playing like I am right now, right? And you're also half as strong. What what reward would cause you to actually do this? Like, would you need to get double XP, double gold, double drops from overland nodes? Like, what would be the reward? Maybe a brand new currency for like hard, like a new currency, like almost like Fallout 76, how like you only get the certain resources by doing certain things, like dropping nukes. Like you have to play certain content, or like Hell Tides in Diablo, almost like where you have to do like hard overland content to get stuff. What would cause you to do this? Am I back? I think I'm back. I think we're back. Which is funny because now it's saying that I have 286 concurrent viewers. I think it's doubling all of you. He died. Just refresh. Just refresh. I think a refresh should bring you all back. What? Two. Golly. Ugh. Is anyone else back? It popped back up on my phone. Do I have to? I might have to I might have to do it. All right. Hang on.